Hey guys, this is Wanda the Traveling Dutchie coming right at you from beautiful Costa Rica. In today's video, we're going to discuss the reason why I almost wanted to leave Costa Rica. After 14 years of living here, I just couldn't deal with it anymore. Let's discuss what happened. Let's discuss some of the disadvantages of living in Costa Rica. What you can do to prevent that from happening. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. So you guys, I've actually lived in 8 different countries. Absolutely fell in love with Costa Rica. But since I had lived here for 2 years, loved it, but my goal was to live in as many different countries as possible, so I kept on traveling. And eventually I had to come back to Costa Rica because it's a feeling that I didn't have in any of the other countries I lived. I wanted to make Costa Rica my headquarters. So after 16 and a half years here, obviously I'm still here, I didn't leave. But let me tell you what happened, because I was so over Costa Rica. After 14 years, I just had it. I didn't think I could deal with it anymore. So what happened was, by the way, I hope you can see the view. It is absolutely gorgeous here. And this is 5 minutes from my house. I live in a suburb of San Jose in Rio Oro Santana. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Okay, but back to the downsides of living in Costa Rica. Okay, so this is what I think happened. Obviously, in Costa Rica, there is what I call the pura vida lifestyle. And with that, I mean the negative side of the pura vida lifestyle. So that means the inefficiency that happens here in Costa Rica, the things that are not logic, the things that take long, the customer service that is not always up to par, the bureaucracy. So that's what I call the pura vida lifestyle, as in the negative side of the pura vida lifestyle. Or let's call it what it is. Sometimes it can really feel like the pura vida BS. Sorry, but you know, it can get so frustrating if you're trying to achieve something here and like all you encounter is roadblocks. But I figured out what happened. Let's first enjoy this beautiful view, but I see the light won't really... No, I swear. Isn't it amazing? So actually what I think happened was here, I analyzed it, is that after 14 years there was a big change in my life. I actually quit my job and with a friend started my own business. Super exciting, right? And it was, and it still is. But nevertheless, a big change. You see, before, when I had my old job as a sales team manager, I sort of lived in a bubble. The owners were, they were from both the United States and Europe, and the amount of pura vida BS I had to deal with wasn't that high in hindsight. Of course, if you live in Costa Rica, everybody has to deal with that. But the first 14 years, it was super manageable, and I could laugh it off, and I could be like, hey, I love Costa Rica. Every country comes with its downsides, but this is all manageable up until I started my own business. You see, then you have to deal with a lot of pura vida BS, because you need to register your company, you need lawyers, you need accountants, you need to deal with a lot of bureaucracy. And that is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just so many roadblocks pop up that you're just like, wow, everything is just set up to fail almost. It was very difficult. At the same time, I was also looking at my significant other. He is a Tico and he has his own business as well. So I obviously see from his side the struggle as well. But he's used to it. He dealt with it way better than I did. there's only so much you can take. We just had also a lot of bad luck, but then the problem is, if something happens here, the customer service at the banks, for example, is really poor. And that makes things worse. Like with our business account, we had so many issues, and it was all caused by mistakes that the staff made at the bank. That is frustrating. So you have to keep coming back, wait in line. It was just, but that's just one of the big things that happen. It's just, I don't need to create a whole list of negative things, of, inefficient bureaucratic things that happen. I think you get the idea, especially if people are watching that live here. You just know that sometimes your tolerance for the pura vida BS is just up till here, and it was just like a year and a half of it. My boyfriend also was working on a project. He was actually building a house to rent it out. He couldn't get the permits. It was just too much. And I also was very realistic in the fact that I couldn't just, there was no fix, because obviously this type of thing in Costa Rica is not going to change. So I actually reached out instead of moving, because of course my livelihood is here. My friends, my horse, my Nela, Bernardo, my Tico family, like, I knew deep down the love for Costa Rica was there. I just needed to work on myself, because obviously I needed to change my reaction to all of this, and not expect that all of a sudden I'm gonna go to a bank and I get fabulous service, and all of a sudden there's no bureaucracy, and all of a sudden the government is not gonna lay more and more taxes on us. So what I did was I found the help of a life coach, just to put things in perspective. And actually she was the one that came up with the whole tolerance thing, that the first 14 years, I had the tolerance to deal with the downside of the pura vida BS. But then all of a sudden it just became my life. Like 90% of my life was dealing with all these roadblocks, and I just wasn't prepared for it. And at the same time, everything depended on it. Like I was starting my own business, and obviously my income needed to come from that, but I felt like it was roadblock after roadblock. So like, even like now, talking about it, thinking about it, I was not in the right place of mind. Then COVID hit, and then it was just like, okay, wow. It's very strange to say, but COVID did help a little to just like, okay, start over, take a breath, analyze the situation. And then, with my life coach, I figured out that there's a way through it. I need to work on my tolerance, which I have been, which I did. So that really helped me. But for future expats, like obviously your life, it completely depends on what you're going to do. If you're going to start your own business, yes, it's definitely going to be more challenging, because you are going to have to get in touch with lawyers, accountants, banks, So yeah, but patience is going to help, which I lost my patience, so now I'm slowly getting it back. Patience is going to help you a lot. And also, you just got to accept, right? Like, if every time you go to a bank, because that's what I was doing wrong. I didn't do it for the first 14 years. I was fine. But after that, every time I went to a bank and the horror I had to go through, I would share that with my friends and with my significant other. And that just spreads negativity. And also, no, that is not the way to go. Just go to a bank with the expectation that you're going to have -10 service, and they're going to like make some mistakes. And then whatever happens will be like not that bad, and show up with a book in case you need to wait. There's definitely ways to deal with it. Obviously I got extremely overwhelmed and I wasn't ready, even after 14 years of Costa Rica. We are all human. What can I say? So, for all future expats out there, Costa Rica is a wonderful country to live in. But like any country, it has its downsides. For me, yeah, the pura vida lifestyle and all the BS that can come with bureaucracy, and you know, the whole slow pace of life is challenging and not for everybody. So I just wanted to share that story with you. I have over 100 videos on my channel all about Costa Rica expat living, how to move to Costa Rica, and of course the benefits of living in Costa Rica, because there's plenty. You know, the good outweighs the bad in my experience. So check that out. Be sure to subscribe. Click that little bell icon so you receive a notification every time I upload a new video. I'm going to finish my hike here, and I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Ciao!